Hi guys, this is Kylie. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is September 3rd, 2020, and I wanted to come and talk to you guys today about the next topic in my third episode here of what I've been wanting to talk about for so long, but I've had to be brave and everything and not care about the reaction and whatnot. But here I am. I'm gonna face my fear. I'm gonna talk about what I went through. I'm gonna talk about this, and this is a topic I'm not sure if it resonates with anyone, but I've had clients in the past 2 years that I have run across that is like this. So I wanted to bring forth and see if there's any audience out there that is going through or went through what I went through, and they had to find and decipher through and understand their senses. So when you are a shaman, a psychic medium, or an empath, or some sort of intuitive or tarot, whatever you are, I'm sure you have those senses of knowing, hearing, seeing, feeling, smelling, tasting. So I wanted to let you know tonight's episode is what does it mean to be clairaudient. So if you guys haven't ever heard of it, this is something that I deal with on a daily basis too, with a lot of clients that are like this. This is more specified for the people and the clients and the audience that are clairaudient. So if you are clairaudient, it means that you hear your spirit guides through audio, okay? So clairaudience means that you have a clear hearing of your spirit guides, very, very much like they are just sitting right next to you, they are just right across the room for you, or they are right in the same room with you and they are talking with you like they are a person. You just can't hear them, okay? I'm sorry, you just can't see them. Some of it. But if you have the other senses, then you hear, see, feel, touch, taste, and smell. So it's crazy. But tonight I'm gonna focus on the first and foremost sense that I have encountered and deal with on a daily basis to this day. So I wanted to share forth with you guys what I deal with on a daily basis and how I decipher through it. Okay, so I made some notes here about what it means to be clairaudient, okay? Um, Maybe this may not resonate with your lao zho than hachimua te ya a hybrid lino where nichi no shuon no luna, okay? The shita guchi hide donation law yeah, this is for the ones that are clairaudient and the ones that ha shone and homo tung or la zhong le a mua lu looping su la mo la zhong no shu no lu okay? So clairaudience is when you hear words, sound, or music in our mind's voice. I don't know how else to explain it, but I made a note here that it's a sound and a voice inside our own head, usually in this area. You always feel like it's right here in this area, or like right here or right here, okay? So if you're clairaudient, you know exactly what I mean. This voice always channels through like a segment of three, one here, one here, one here, okay? So they usually segment you and talk to you like forth like this. And I mentioned this to you guys that Jolie Spirna here you your other side how do you know if you're clairaudient they do connect with you through galu third eye now, okay? So through galu third eye take a little gland how the brain open na ke new stimulate na, okay? So then cause gland is stimulated na because our third eye is open na. You are very clairaudient, sometimes by visual, hearing, taste, smell, and feels. Okay, so the first topic I'm gonna go through tonight, like I said, is the clairaudience. So to the clients that do deal with audio and hearing, like their mind is speaking to them, but it's not their voice, it's something else. And I don't know what your experience is, but I'm going to tell you what my experience is, okay? So this is what made me very out of tune because it's not my voice. It's someone else's voice. It's the most particular voice. They're not Hmong. They may be African American. They may be whatever. Okay, but they are speaking to you, and you can tell it. And well, you can guess and tell it that they are that before your other senses come through. So we're gonna just focus on the clairaudience. So tonight, sorry, honey, can you give me some water? I'm sorry. Okay. Please understand, I'm doing this kind of as a live. I'm freestyling, and I'm letting spirit speak through me, and I'm sharing you my experiences as I'm not editing it. So forgive me if I have to do what I have to do. I really want you guys to understand that these understandings of being very open and understanding of these senses is very important for your rising, okay? For you to understand, especially the new generation, for the Gen Zs and whatnot, okay? So I'm gonna tell you, clairaudience, how it came about with me. When I was still married to my ex and working at the hospital and all that, and working third shift and all that, it was very hard. I worked in the hospital in the ER, and I started hearing things like, "We are here," and I'm like, "What? Who?" Like, it just sounds like an echo at first. Okay, it sounds like an echo. So you're like, "Who are you?" You know, I'm thinking in my head like, it's like your thoughts against theirs. Okay, it's like they're like, "We are here. Do you feel us? Do you know who we are?" And sometimes it's in English, sometimes it's in Hmong. It is kind of creepy when you work in the ER over third shift. Sometimes you feel very thinking that it's just something else. So I just thought maybe it's just me trying to, be logical and understand that this process, whatever it is happening then, was just a normal, weird thing, okay? So it starts out like that, where you start hearing them in a way where they just sound like they're right next to you, okay? So fast forward, I'm gonna go through, fast forward all that. If you wanna learn more about the beginning stages, I'm gonna do that, but you can reach out to me. But I'm gonna fast forward, that's how it starts. But when when your spirit guides truly connect to you, they truly connect to you, and they are engaging with you and merging with you by being clairaudient. It was so hard for me to understand, but this all happened after 2013, of the year of 2013. And I was like, what are you guys? You guys are speaking to me every day. And it was like Hmong, and then it was like, you can hear African American, you can hear Chinese, you can hear whatever they were. And that was the first sense, so I didn't see yet. So I said, what are you guys? Why are you guys here? What do you want? And I was so crazy to the point where I was like, wherever you are, I just want you to come out, and I want you to tell me where you're coming from. So at the time, it was so crazy. I was still married to my ex, and I told him about it, and I made him go open our vents in the house. There are heating vents. I said, there's something in the vents, or whatever it is. Something in the vents or whatever is speaking to me. And I don't know what it is, but I just know there's something speaking to me, and I want to know where it's coming from. So as crazy as he thought I was, he took his tool and opened up every vent, and there was nothing. I was like, and then he told me, there's nothing in here. There's no speaker, no microphone, or whatever. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So then I went on, and so I went, and only I can hear them. No one else can hear them. So I'm like, okay, so what do you guys want in my head? Because now it's like a telepathic thing, if you know the term. telepathically you're communicating with them while no one else is contacting them or hearing them. You telepathically are communicating with these voices, and I feel like you if you're clairaudient in that way, they channel you through audio like that to make you understand that you are who you are. So the first thing and all that, when I heard it, it was an American voice, English voice. She was a woman, and she said, "You know, you're a medium." And I said, "What? What's a medium?" You know, I said, "What's a medium?" And she goes, "You're a medium. You're a medium." And it was right here to the right. And then the one right to the left was like, "Yes, you are a medium." And it's a guy, kind of like that. And so I was like, whatever you are, I just want to understand what is going on with me, and what a medium is and whatnot. And it took a long time to understand, but I'm going to tell you. Fast forward again, too many details. When you hear your spirit guides through audio, it's like they are a part of your thoughts, and they're a part of your decision making. They're a part of your life. They're a part of what you do. They're part of what you're planning to do. Before you even say it to anyone, they already know. So it's already telepathically like transferred and connected. So if you plan to go to work tomorrow, they know. If you plan to be absent, they know. And so it is very real and raw when they already catch what you're thinking before you even speak it. So that's how your spirit guides merge with you. I feel they merge with you because they already know everything in your body, your thoughts, soul, mind, and everything. And so along that way, okay? It was very hard for me to understand because I do speak Hmong throughout my life before all this, but I never knew how to like hai katia, hai zisai, hai bahua, hai stuff like that, you know? So they, while you let them merge with you, what you're gonna feel is a movement in your throat, in your chakra throat, okay? You're gonna open your heart to them, and then they're going to work with your throat. If you just open your mouth, and that's exactly what they tell you. They tell you like, open your mouth, and we will speak for you how to speak, how to say. When you light up a candle, when you lỡ ít chọn chuồn tới thầu có lỡ cho xa xin nó cóอยู่ oli giá cóอยู่mua có luôn chùa oli giá, something like that. So then I'm like, you know, cũng là she na, because like lỡ pe ora the she at first which got yo the she yo lỡ pe hai một nó na chị cũng họ là open cũng mouth, okay? I'm like, instead of talking to them telepathically anymore, because all this audio, it gets very annoying. And I was working at a different hospital now at that time, and when it was really intense, it was like in 2015 to 2016, I was working at another hospital then, and they were training me as I was going to work, living my daily life and whatnot. Probably all my friends at that time thought I was crazy. I was so out of it and whatnot. But, you know, I was always in my own world because I'm always telepathically channeling them. And all that while they were training me what to do, how to become a better person, how to haikutia, how to all that. So I'm going to tell you, if you're clairaudient, if you just allow yourself and say, you know, I surrender and I give you, I guess, the permission to, you know, teach me what you want me to teach. And you know, the thing is, you need not hide to you, or at least I do. You need not hide to you, idea. Khi có lúc hành giáo, you có hai, lu 把火了路个切了的去呢，个就可以个路很叫我哎哟神说里家，这边嘛了神都讲呢，边了神个讲还点，有个有木可一头零里家，个有木海了去了，个有就我个路说要木要了里喏呢 ，OK？ So I didn't understand, so I asked them, 哎哟要木里要了里家。So then, because you're clairaudient, you can connect with them, and then the whole time that you're doing that, you feel like you yet at that time, but they're right next to you, and then that goes to my clairsentience. You start to feel them. That's your other sense, okay? But I'm not going to touch base on that yet. When you start to feel the vibration around you, the energy around you, you're very clear sentience, and you understand that like more energy around you. So it's that on top of your clairaudience. So you're like, okay, whatever you guys are. And at that time, I was desperate. I was desperate to be saved. I was in and out of the psych, like how I described. So I said, I'm gonna give my all to believing whatever you are, because you got me, guys. You guys got me out of the psych ward, because you guys keep telling me to be. Today is Tuesday. Today's Thursday. So I got out, right? And so so now I'm here. So whatever you want to teach me, teach me. So they're like, okay, so 加个路很要，起个路很要还点。ก็ยิ่งป้อให้รู้มงนันตาแต่ก็ชิป้อให้รู้มงดันตอเทียนดันทอนะก็ชิป้อให้รู้มงดันตอเทียนดันทอ that's one thing you can remember ละหายนะละเดียก็ชิป้อให้รู้มงดันตอเทียนดันทอเย่เป๊ะอยู่แค่ก็how high to รู้มงดันตอเทียนดันทอจอก็ตุ้มไล่ก็ตุ้มไล่จะช้าก็อยู่ไปยกขี้ก็รู้เชียรุ่นจื้ออยู่หลอกเทียหลูจะก็ขี้ชัวขี้ยกขี้หลูลี you know I guess other people have to you to your way of like you how you to lingolama whatever no okay that she whatever it was it is like okay you just short chan cha lu you la hai you think go ning go yai chị là dạ có yo la hai có tin go ning go yai có yo la sinh số nè chị bây giờ khi có sinh số because thằng đó you nhà nè mi mong mi cả chị you chỉ chua bao how to hai lu mong you hai lu mong thì có là you mua or like you thì mua tọt tê là you mua tọt tê you know like so it's not done totally là hai lama you know so then I'm like okay whatever so I guess that matters to you guys so I'm gonna listen to whatever you guys are teaching me so I remember opening my mouth for the first time when I'm at my second master at that point and so the thing is when I opened my mouth you know I didn't know what I was saying you know I still to this day was like what the hell is going on because the words that were coming out of my mouth I don't know it but I feel it and I understand it and it was such a weird thought process thing a body thing you don't know you speak it understand it in your head and then you don't hear it and know it you know so it's weird but when you open your throat so là những hài này nó you cho con nín những hài đồ nhiều tiền trong lý trong có happy birthday mình cả hài nữa chỉ là mua luôn melody hài tia happy birthday to you là gì so you nói là hay là nát I was surprised too because you need bao hài tiền whatever you are nay yên nhung mong để xin nay hài luôn mình cả chim mình á you know so I'm like okay nay hài luôn chim mình cả cái tôi hỏi là hài luôn mình cả chim chân thò thế nào chỉ là happy birthday to you nó là hai lần nó bây giờ so nên là thọ bé hai happy birthday to you nó chỉ bé đi mình cả là những sinh số thì thọ yêu hai cho song happy birthday to you nó chỉ là tiếng mua có melody tiếng có rhythm nó chỉ có yêu chủ thọ có sinh số có yêu hai cái chia chỉ có yêu chủ hai tiếng nì ye lúa lệnh tu chị có chủ hai thì xe kỳ do mù do lò lên nó mà có lúc suốt cả hai thì còn nữa mù xe sống gà hậu nó chỉ có tiền bao sinh số hai cái gì you're highly not, you got highly done. So then my first training, I feel, because I didn't know how to tear then. So then I had the con yon jong ma li yawning a mika tiko hai je li pe na li pe je had the happy birthday to you. No. So go there, happy birthday to you. So I'm like, okay, so then and then got then like the ก็係路咩咩，咪家己個都係這種人嚟的是，個成都說 up and down 領導是嘛，you know，so 頭個係個成個的說的你愛我羅領都啊，like you're to by up and down 領導no, okay? So I'm sorry if this is kind of weird, but I'm teaching you that, and I'm showing and I'm sharing this with you as crazy as it sounds. It was as crazy as it is for me. And so I want you to understand that sometimes if you're clairaudient and like what I went through and what I am, you gotta take away your zoning filter and all that to get to this point, okay? It's very important because it's so important for you to learn and know all this, okay? So it was training after training, test after test, filter after filter. To this day, we still go through filters as a master or whatnot. We're never done. Cho, Yulushiali, no, okay? So if you're clairaudient and you hear voices, I'm telling you guys, honeys, you got to decipher through, and that's why I always tell my clients, please decipher through the bad, because the bad voices or the bad audience that you hear, you gotta separate your zoning. If you are that type of zoning that is you and you welcome you you have to do that. And you gotta find the right mentor and master to understand and guide you now, okay? So I'm telling you guys this because it gets to the point where if you can merge with your guides after all that, if you are going through the clairaudient stage right now where you hear so much crap, you are like things telling you bad stuff, things telling you unnecessary stuff, things that are not even relevant to what you're doing, decipher through that, filter your mind, stay strong mentally. This is a mental state of mind where you have to stay strong and say, what is all this gibberish that you're doing to me? If it's all gibberish, I don't want it. And you always gotta say, control you, okay? Okay? Because I'm telling you guys that once you guys pass that stage, a lot of my clients, I'm telling you guys, this is an episode for the ones that reach out that are very clairaudient. Young people like you guys, okay? I met from the 25s to 35s. You guys are the most critical stage I've met because from 25s and 35s, you guys are the ones that I've met that are very clairaudient. Anything now, okay? You're very clairaudient and it no sure, okay? So you really hide your idea. You only need you fall into their circle of whatever they're trying to do to you. So you gotta be strong-minded and you just be like, you know what, and you to have common sense idea. Khia phe cho tu to tu no tu đỡ and là biết hai cái cụ tu no tu đỡ tu tứ and nu chỉ mua cá hậu đó chỉ nu phe hai cái you or phe sư chỉ you chim nâu na chân đó chỉ you mua phải tờ. So I wanna truly express this because this is the number one case that I deal with on a daily is clairaudience. Why do I say that? I feel like the clairaudience people that I've met is a lot of why people give up on their journey and even themselves. And I'm not gonna lie, you may know one person or two in your immediate circle, and they may not tell you that they deal with this kind of problem on a daily. Because if I meet 8 out of 10 people a day that goes through that, then I'm trying to voice for you that, guys, I'm trying to be a voice for those people, that if there's 8 out of 10 clients that I have that are going through that and they don't tell anybody, they are more prone to listen to the dark voices that are telling them to hurt themselves, give up on life. They can't do anything. They're not going to get anywhere. No one's going to help them. They have all this and all that going on, and no one's going to understand them because those things, or whatever that is trying to detour them from their path. So I'm trying to vouch for this and trying to understand everything aligns. And once you guys see all my episodes, you guys will understand why every one of these episodes connects to the other, because I will talk about, why it's so important to become a human. Why so many little percentage is made to be a human. Why so many souls try to become a human and they don't make it. And then why we're here and we don't know how to make the best of it. Why we're here and we're giving up from it. Because there's always something that is trying to detour us away from our path, purpose, and life. Because the human realm is the realm that we come and make up, break up, or mend, or build our soul. Okay? So once you understand the concept of everything, the circle of the universe of the souls, maybe a lot of you guys believe that, but whatever na, okay? Eya you oi call achina e you sa lo warning on the no dollar. Warning your hundred no yo it's okay drinking blur for you to accomplish a sole purpose that you have to do. So sometimes you law you more thing they not they too they no you you understand your ability, got you succeed, got you the lulali chili you you to king you to play got you should support they go they that's in the go or law anything even human law detour you away from your goal. You have many spirit guides. Usually, the spirit guides. Usually, or the make a feel to hear na. So, I'm gonna tell you guys a little thing, something. Like I mentioned, I have 2 masters. I had a master before, but I have 2 main masters. My first master, and I'm gonna present her tonight because I want to talk about her. Regardless of whatever happened, I want to mention her and I want to thank her from the bottom of my heart. Me and my husband are so thankful for her and her husband, because when no one believed in me, when I was so crazy in and out of psych wards, even though she doesn't get any compensation from me yet, she knew I was like at the ends with, I was so gonna give up on life and whatnot. It was Nellie Yang from Minnesota. That is my first master. That she was willing to take on my case, and I just had a conversation with her today, and she said that I was one of the 2 hardest cases that she's ever had as a student, because I was so crazy, I was so out of it, and it was hard. She was going to give up on me, but she didn't. So I'm thankful to her and her husband. I remember when I first met them, no one thought I was a human, so they didn't want to be around me. So her and Vincent, her husband, came to let me sleep at their house. And as I was dancing and singing, and these clairaudient voices were training me, in the middle of the night at 2, 3 in the morning, I would wake Nelly and Vincent up. And I'm like, Nelly, they said that it's my time to train now, and I gotta do it. And she would get up with me, and she would get up with me, and she should know this. Her and Vincent would get up with me and watch me train with my guides. I would get in front of her altar and whatnot. And that time she wasn't, I wasn't able, prepared yet to be filtered and sifu yet, but she was able to understand me. And even before the sifu, she opened her home to me, and I slept over many times. I called her many times and went over to her house, because if I'm not at the psych ward or at my friends thinking I'm crazy, it was her and her husband's house that I could run to and train. Because if you're out there trying to train and I'm alone at my apartment, I'm trying to understand it. I was training with my guides, and they were trying to train me and understand with me. It's scary when you're going through this alone. And I'm telling you guys, this. It is very sad and lonely to be trained clairaudiently and have all this information downloaded to you by audio, and you have to learn how to hangoning, and all that, and they're trying to download all this information to you while you're alone. Is so scary, guys. Because why do I say I'm alone? Because so when this whole process happened, you lose people to understand you sooner you to build you learning and understand all this. So it was very as right. So then I had no brothers and sisters, so I was on my own. I was trying to be as sane as possible, trying to work at the hospital, and it was so crazy, guys. So you hold the hospital and then you have to come home, and you're basically come home, and then you didn't try you should come home and you're alone. And at that time I was living in an attic apartment, and I was trying to make it through this process, and Nelly and Vincent opened their home to me and helped me train at their house even before I became her official student. So if you guys are going through something like this, clairaudiently, I would definitely recommend reaching out to Nelly. She's not had a lot of cases like me, but I am one of the ones that she helped make better. So to this day, whatever happens, you always have to be grateful for the people that has helped you along the way. Me, I always don't want to tumong on anybody like that, because they always love you enough to get you to that. And I'm so thankful that, as crazy as it was, that that I met my master so simply, and she's so understanding of me. That helped me understand my process as much as she could, even though you have to understand, even though your master is not clairaudient, empath, intuitive, psychic, medium like you, and the way you are, if their heart and soul and intentions are pure and their patience is there, they help you with all they can, and they can send you off and you be the best version of yourself with that time frame, And so now I do have a new master, but I still love them so much, and I thank you, Nelly, so much for helping me with as much as you can. And even to this day, I believe that any master out there, she's taught me that whether you are her official student or not, she still loves you and supports you and encourages you to do the best version of yourself. And that is very important in this yeah, and that's what I'm saying to you guys is you guys gotta really feel and understand, and you'll be like, oh my God, how do I find a master? How does my journey become simpler? How does it become simpler for me? How do I know who's right for me? Oh my God, because I don't hear, I don't feel, I don't see, so how do I know? Honey, you know. You gotta know who treats you right. You gotta know how your soul connects with them, the chemistry, the efforts they put in, whether it and you cannot be selfish and greedy and be like, I want them to be the one for me all my life, all my journey, and they're gonna rise me to the end. No. Sometimes it doesn't work that way, and you cannot get mad at them and they cannot get mad at you, and that's just how it goes. And she showed me that example, that whether I can rise my students all the way or not, or whatnot, you know, and you guys can do your research. There's masters that become masters with many masters, as much as 6, 7 masters or even more. But you have to understand that if your life takes you that way, then it's okay. Then okay, that's your life lesson. But if you're blessed, you find it right away, then that's your lesson. But even if you think you're at your end with your master and you are your own master, do not be afraid to advance. If you feel like you're missing something, you got to go for it. You gotta go find what suits you for your other abilities. If you're a hybrid, you have all these other senses. Like Beta Hmong community, we're still so new to this hybrid stuff. I always call it hybrid because it's more Beta Matter, not gain, more call gain, call bot, call smell, call taste, call feel, you know. So then like Gucci don't see don't like do your love feeling though a love honey somebody in though. Thea cho to share had the you do master nu chuck canh chon ya or la vong sư lò nu ba to you na ya union tia blurly it to singing her a on the tongue a you homon chi to and chon ya chuột cả chanh canh sư lò you chót 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 thuột chom blia to call so yeah, so simply so yeah because trả lời luôn yên qua yên hòa hành đồ tôi use thiệt. So I'm telling you guys, be open-minded. You never know what the universe and your guides have you go through. Everybody of us, we want like a smooth transition, and we want like to meet just the one, like how we meet the love of our life and just make it happen and last forever. But sometimes you got to prepare yourself for the worst so you're mentally prepared for the best, okay? So I hope this session was helpful to you guys. I mean, just to overview this clairaudience session. If you are clairaudient and these symptoms match you, where you hear things, you gotta be strong and decipher through this madness, this craziness, this whatever you feel. Because within all that, I'm gonna tell you, when I think back to all the things, and like my first master Nelly, she says, "Kuchimwa the recording a condo got the ta a go ona a you know," and I will probably share it with you guys one day. But kapona, there's not always good guides yet. You don't hang, you know. And through all that cluster in your mind, and through all that cluster in my mind, even when I was at work, I would always hear a faint voice of my Kwaneng, and he would always say, "So Jean Tia Pela, có cái lý nó có chỉ cho chỗ có chỉ mua ít đã bỏ thì nó chua tua ye bé ba tổ con." And I was like, why do you say that to me when all the was like, got in watch to go hop purely going, Jin door got the gate to get and I was really sad from it because I'm like, okay, why do you guys say this to me? And then that now thinking back, I was like, you doing so name how do you know this she saw only telling you go you pin no audio on the head yeah. Có ya chú ơi sẽ tớ có lúc hơi chỉ ở chú lo cha lúc xuống đợi chuẩn tròn trong hai tiệp bên bao con để lo lờ bên bao con tuần chú tụt pli ấy chỗ có chỉ mua ít đã bỏ là tua có tụt khen thiên nó cho tua thiên thiên đây tua thiên chú ơi có xỉa hứ sư chè bênอยู่chú ba có tàu nó. And you know what, I'm gonna tell you guys, if you guys are clairaudient and you guys may not know you have guides. And this, if this message reaches any of you audience out there that may not know or may not feel or may not believe that you are clairaudient, that's why I say this session is not just for healers. What if you're just clairaudient? I'm going to tell you. Whatever you are, whoever you are, whatever diversity you are, if you are clairaudient, always follow the light. Always please have common sense. Nothing in this universe can hurt you if you don't hurt yourself. Not even those voices. So, whenever that drains you and tells you to do otherwise, to hurt your soul or anyone else, don't do it. You got to be like, no. I'm a man or woman of my own power and I'm a warrior of my own dreams, and I'm a leader of my own purpose, and I am going to be the best of my version, and I am not going to let you tell me that I'm going to hurt myself or anyone, because those audios can get very overwhelming. And so yes, my session tonight is to tell you guys that sometimes if you are clairaudient, what it is to be clairaudient, and how the little bits and pieces of training, that how they would train you if you are clairaudient based on my experience. I hope this was meaningful to you, insightful. Please message me, comment below, and be respectful of my craziness. But if you're not, it's okay too, because everybody doesn't go through what I go through, and I don't expect you to understand. My journey is not for everyone to understand, and just wanted to share that with you guys. And I hope that you guys have a good night tonight, and watch for the next episode, guys. I do have another twist coming. Thank you.